which, as other unions, have joined us in this struggle of Social Health Insurance Act. So with us was Union of Civil Servants, that was headed by Honorable Odege and Assistant Secretary Judy. We have TISA also, which is our Center for Accountability, also joined us. The director, who is Diana Gicheo. We also have People's Health Movement. The National Coordinator, Dan Owala, has joined us in the gathering of today. We have County Workers Unions, where we have the Deputy and the Treasurer and the Secretary, who have been sent by the Secretary General. We have Kenya Nurses Union, or KNUN, joined by the Assistant Secretary General. We also have Kenya Union of Clinical Officers, joined by the Treasurer and the other team, and also the informal sector organizations also have joined us in the conversation. And therefore, with also in the same place, we have a group of, we have Katiba Institute, which is presented by lawyer Dudley Ochiel, and also other legal experts who have come into the deliberation to see to it that our sentiments regarding Social Health Insurance Act of 2023 justifiable or they are outside the law. And in our discussions, we come to realize that in this country, public participations have been reduced to public manipulation, because from the memorandums that were submitted by these bodies, including Kenya Medical Association that was present in this particular gathering, we realized that the memorandums that were submitted by Kenya Medical Association, by the civil societies, by KMPDU, by FKE, by all these bodies, they were not looked into, and their advices, the proposals were not considered. And that's why we find this bill, as much as it comes out as a Social Health Insurance Act, it's more, and it seems, and it's quite clear that it's a vendor-driven venture. And now, why do we say that? We say that because for a long time, in the assessment of medical schemes, as well declared in Section 5 of these, the adoption of this particular act, Section 5 indicates that it will no longer be providing medical schemes and medical benefits. And we know, as has been outrightly explained, that in 2012, many of the medical administrative schemes or managers were seeking mechanisms to ensure that the public servants were being managed within their schemes because they own insurance company. But this was very difficult because the Civil Servants Union stayed firm and refused that particular plan. We have seen that they succeeded in having the teachers and in having the police within that particular scheme. Now they were making it possible to have that scheme, to have the public servants go to that scheme by interfering with this particular act. And that's why it is very clear in this act that the Social Health Insurance Act will not provide that scheme to remove that competition. Yet we know that this medical administrative scheme charges 3 times that value. We know that this medical administrative scheme that is a conglomerate of private insurances are not in the benefit to actually provide care to the Kenyans, but in the business to make profit. That's why this bill is purely geared toward, it's actually private-centered. We are also seeing in this bill, in the management of claims, the claim management has put the powers to the minister without considerations of the board. And it has outrightly put who among the insurance company will take part into this, because it's an insurance company. And in that part, we know that when they are managing this particular insurance or this Social Health Insurance Act, they also own private facilities. So we are seeing a reductions in public health services. We are seeing a situation where money will be channeled to this particular medical administration services or schemes. And that's what we see to be a funder of this particular bill. Ideally, as we speak, we see to it that the 3 funds that have been put in place, that is the primary health care fund, the chronic fund, and the social health insurance fund. But the primary fund is a taxpayer's money. Chronic fund is taxpayer's money. But the bill is coming out to be very punitive to the Kenyans. Why? Because it's saying despite the primary fund and the chronic fund being taxpayers' money, you cannot access these funds if you're not contributing. You cannot access these funds if you are in the informal sector and you're unable to pay. So this makes this bill quite in an essence, not able to increase the quality of care as it ought to be, but it looks strongly in a way that it is just manipulated to drive the agendas of particular private interest. We have also seen that the bill comes out and says that the regulations should be made by the boards. The boards have already been constituted, but the regulations have already been made. And we will see another aspect of public manipulation next week, whereby they'll be asking for views when they've already made the decision to the same. And therefore, as a union and as all civil societies, we've come together and we have gone to court. As KMPD, we have already gone to court over this particular Social Health Insurance Act. But now we've been joined by other bodies. We've been joined by Katiba Institute. We've been joined by other health unions. We've joined by the Union of Civil Servants. And we believe this case is not only for the civil servant. It's a case that is going to bring sanity in the health sector so that everybody can access care, so that we do not get discriminated, that if you are in the informal sector, you have to pay annually, and when you are salaried, you have to pay monthly. We have to put it into accountability, the role of Social Health Insurance Act, that the name that it has should go in line with the services it provides. Not that it has a name of Social Health Insurance Act, but on the side, it is a scheme to pilferage funds and to make Kenyans more poor. We have seen that in the last 1 year, we have been tasked in every space and in everything. The government will be becoming more immoral and acting in a just way to also take that only thing that we have to ensure that we have an access to medical care. Thank you.